Prosper. Today's Saturday the 12th of October, and I thought I'd better give my perspectives on TAO or Bitinsa because I've invested in it just recently. So let's see how we go with this and why we're looking at it as a bullish structure. On my right, the Binance structure, which could say looks like a cup in one way, and historically you can see on the left chart it's done a fair bit of a cycle, and why this cycle seems to be potentially a good one. On the right we see the accumulation. The accumulation's taken part since June 24. So what we've done is we've dropped, come to an accumulation area, and you can do the elite wave 5 count and then the breakout. And as a tutorial, you would say that the last end of the cycle is usually a wave 1 and a wave 2. So this fits perfectly into our scenario where you could say that we are doing wave 2 to 3. Now there's two ways of looking at this structure. Let me just explain it in this sense. Historically, if you look at many of the alts, if they range for a while, the last stage, usually the 618 or the 0.5 or whatever that, or 786, becomes our wave 1, wave 2, and then we get the wave 3 breakout of wave 4 and then wave 5. The wave 2 to 3 pretty much describes what wave 4 to 5 will be. If we get a 1.618 or 1.786 fib extension from here to there, that usually gives us a 1-to-1 wave 5 from 3 to 4. I'm going to say 4 to 5. Right, so we can get a 1-to-1 from wave 4 to 5. However, we don't know in this case if it's going to play that out, if this is a wave 3 or it's wave 3 to 4 or a continuation of wave 2 to 3. So wave 2 to 3 could still keep going, and maybe that will be a wave 3 and then a wave 4 and then a wave 5. At this point we don't know. So we look for common Fibonacci levels, and what we do is we just grab this from the swing high, swing low, and what we have roughly, if we look at it closely, the 1.786 is tend to be a general number, and then we can say that's a wave 3 to 4. I tend to use that, and at times it's not the case, where it's actually something higher, where wave 3 is. But we will go with this. This is a strong move, and then there's a pullback, and so this could be wave 5 on the mid time frame. So if we were to do this, let's just do this for a sec. So if this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go down to the small time frame, right? And then that wave 5 could be wave 3, and that wave. So we're looking for wave 4 in the bigger time frame. We don't know if this is the case, right? So these are the things that are very complicated to know. Here we have, you can see this strong 2 to 3 wave, and then in actual fact, see how wave 3, so if we look at this one here, so this was a wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, you can see wave 5 is not really much higher from that perspective. The reason being is wave 1 is very long, so when you have a long wave 1, you have a small wave 5, and if you have a short wave 1 and a long wave 2 to 3, you tend to have a 1-to-1 or small wave 5. And at times, if 1, 2, 3, 4 is short, wave 5 is pretty much extended. So we don't know the puzzle here. So what we go with is Fibonacci extensions, some theories, and if we do this from there, as you can see, we've done it already. Do we see anything sticking out? Yes, we do. We have the golden ratio, and it acted as support. So once it pulled back, it's using this as support and it's trying to go up. So I would look at this potentially going higher. Maybe that's the main resistance level. That's a daily level there. There's some wicks there. Now let's see from a TPO or point of control. Let's see where if we've got anything that stands out from here to there. There to there. So value area high. And that was the reason, that wick. Value area high. So that was the main reason why we stopped there. The point of control, are we above it? No. But you can see the daily close below it. Interesting. Let's put up that there. And you can see the value area low is aligned with the golden ratio 6.8. So we can see some common levels. And this structure is problematic. It's not clear. You know, if we had a triangle or a wedge or something, it would make it easier. But this isn't something that you can't really work with. It's difficult. And for the time being, I'm long on this, and I'm still long. And I did a recent entry somewhere around there with a pullback. Why I picked this one? It just stood out. I don't know. But I'm still raising my stop limits just below the previous daily. So this is a daily chart. So my stop loss is below the previous day. And as long as this closes above the naked point of control and this level here, we have a chance. Here is our daily level. Candlesticks, that's our daily level. We don't want to see, if we go below that, then we'll probably see more losses. Now let's look at a weekly, see if the weekly gives us anything. That is our weekly level. So we'll just chuck that in. You'll see how this comes into it. And we've got another weekly here. We'll use the magnets. There we go. Right. So we are above the weekly. Now let's go to the 4 hour. Let's see if that gives us anything. So we bought the dip. For whatever reason, took our chances and it's strong. So as long as we stay above the weekly and the naked point of control, this has a chance. If you're looking for an entry, there's no entry now. If this holds this level, we're looking for more highs, and this is the area 681 to 690 is the next level of interest. Above that is the liquidity, so I would think that will pull back, and that's where I'll probably take profit if I don't get stop lossed. The daily stop losses are there, so if we come back down, it's likely, just like here, we'll get a short entry and then we'll come back down and we'll play the range, just like Bitcoin. So that is our range for now. And if we can break above it, I would look for it to come back down. I don't see it going continuing on that easy, but macro wise, I do see it going further up. If we get a range like this, then we have a stronger move. At the moment, if this is just a 1, 2, 3, and probably a pullback. Those are my thoughts at the moment. My expectations, if Bitcoin holds its position, ranges, I am looking for this fib extension of 1, previous high, and from Fibonacci, I do see the 3.618, this as so, and it's psychological, $1,000, 975 something. So we can probably see that happening as well. Now, the problem I have with this is really knowing where wave 4 is at the moment. This is a hard one. So if this is a wave 3 to 4 or 5, that could be a wave 3, macro, a wave 4, and then we can look at it from this perspective with target. If this is a wave 1, and if that's a wave 4, then we might be able to get to this 1.618 there. And at the same time, we might just play this rule. If it's there, you can see it doesn't really do us any favors, but that could be the possibility as well. This is as I said, this is a bit difficult because it's not clear what it's trying to do. Here we can see how it's ranged the top. It's a real good distribution, and then it's nasty. It's really all over the place, so there's no clarity there. So this could be a topping off structure, and if Bitcoin drops further down, I can see this doing that as well, and then probably more. So that could be a way forward as well. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the time being. There is no trade entry at this point, but I am bullish, and if Bitcoin was to be bullish and other stuff as well, then we've seen in the past with the alts, with some alts, they actually go further up than the previous high, and this could be one of those where you could hit something there. So that's accumulation, reaccumulation, and then further up, distribution, and back down. So yeah, I look at the $1,000 and less as an area of profit taking if it was to continue. At this point, we just wait and see. If we look at Bitcoin, we call this out. There is a bearish perspective and the bullish perspective. Ideally, if we lose this point of control here, so we've got resistance on the value area high, and we're in the range, it wouldn't surprise me that we go further up, and just so we've got that area of resistance as well. It's very hard to know what Bitcoin is trying to do, because you can see for a long time it's been going ranging. I have the bearish hat and the bullish hat. At this point, I'm indifferent to either way. It's too difficult to figure out what it's trying to do. Sort of, in a way, giving up. If this pays out and this comes down and takes this out, then I'm looking for this level of area to be support, and it's in line with here with the golden ratio, and then potentially further up. But then it looks like a wedge, and then I'll be looking for a shorting position there and further down. However, this could also pop up very high. This is a very difficult stage. It's you can see that area that we're in between the VWAP high and the VWAP low. So it's in a tight area. This area here represented by this range. So this range could be bullish, or it could go further down. If we were to lose this area here, actually this area here really, which is about 60,000, if we were to lose it again, then I'm looking for further downs. Here will be a good support, and then further down, just below the previous low, and then back up again. And that might be the thing that we needed, a flush out of the liquidity. The leverages could be a good flush out, and that's a good area to go in. It's still within our structure, and it's still within a corrective wave. So I'm going to leave that, guys. Please give me a like and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
There you have it. Please give Sam a like, share, and subscribe to his channel to support him for doing more of these posts.